Hey everyone, welcome to this week's EXMO Crypto News Roundup. As always, we aim to deliver to you this past week's best news in a short and sweet manner so you can get caught up to speed. And in this episode, we're going to be covering all things Bitcoin, all things DeFi, two things that are fast moving and you gotta love it in this space. So as always, if you like this episode, then you know what to do. Just give us a like, subscribe to catch future updates, sit back, relax, and just keep on watching. Okay, so this first piece of news is incredibly interesting and bullish for the Bitcoin space. A company called MicroStrategy, which is the world's biggest business intelligence firm, and they're listed on NASDAQ even, buys around 21,000 Bitcoin for a total of $250 million. And essentially what they're doing is using Bitcoin as its primary treasury reserve asset instead of cash or USD. So this is a huge step for institutional adoption. This is what we were always talking about, like institutional investors are coming. They issued a press release, and there's a lot of buzz about this, on August 11th, and confirmed it bought over 21,000 BTC. And Michael J. Saylor, the CEO, writes, "This investment reflects our belief that Bitcoin, as the world's most widely adopted cryptocurrency, is a dependable store of value and attractive investment asset with more long-term appreciation potential than holding cash." A huge moment, and people in our space have been predicting that something like this will happen, and it finally happened. Just getting started. I also saw other people on Twitter saying that other smaller companies were looking to do the same and setting up their multi-sig wallets and so forth. Huge news, bullish all the way, and just in time for the next bull cycle, right? Next up is the massive gains we've seen in the DeFi space, kicking off potentially another bull run for altcoins, right? And this is led by Band Protocol and Chainlink, two that have gained more than 100% in the past few weeks. They are both decentralized Oracle protocols and projects per se. I mean, you've probably heard of Chainlink already, and Band is a new competitor. They have both surged by 348% and 88% in the past 10 days. So here's a chart that you see of Band Protocol and Chainlink. Chainlink gained less, but that's because it's already much, much higher. Already number 6, I believe, in all of cryptocurrencies by overall market cap. So this is at par with the rest of the explosive growth with the DeFi sector, which allows people to carry out various financial functions like trading, lending, earning interest from their crypto balances. And so in order to do all of that, those other DeFi projects rely on market data, and that's where these decentralized oracles come to play, like Chainlink and now Band. So that's why these two have really gained so much. And one interesting thing to note is that Band Protocol is based on Cosmos and Chainlink on Ethereum. So Cosmos is proof of stake, when Ethereum is not quite yet, but is moving there. Researchers at Messari write that Band has been following close strategy to what Link did, announcing partnerships, integrations, listing on Coinbase, and it has gone 32x on the year so far, which is huge. And people just say that they expect Band to close the gap with Link and both to rise in the future coming months as the cycle starts to mature. So are you in Band or Link? Let us know what you think down below as well. Another interesting analysis is that most DeFi tokens are held in their top 500 holders. That means that they're not widely distributed and it's concentrated, right? A lot of whales own these projects and their tokens. Especially some analysis by co-founder of DeFi Italy and head of Crypto Labs digital asset investments, Simone Conti, did some analysis, and it suggests that 90% of tokens for almost all DeFi projects are held by the top 500 addresses. And for a few of these projects, that figure rises to 99%. Why is that important, right? Because people don't like whales in highly distributed projects. That means there's much more chance of manipulation and people getting the rug pulled from under them, per se. So here's a graphic. I don't know if you could see this, but you can visit this Cointelegraph article to take a closer look, or just Google the Simone Conti analysis. And essentially, Compound is the most concentrated of the top 10 surveyed projects, with 96% held by the top 50 holders, many of them being VC firms and the initial team. So that is something to keep in mind as you chase DeFi gains, if that's what you've been doing. But also it's a little bit tricky to track because some people, other analysts, do a different type of analysis and batching of addresses and thinks that some projects like Yearn are very well distributed, while other people say it's very concentrated. So hard to know, but do keep this in mind if that's important to you when you invest in projects. Now back onto the Bitcoin space, Square, as we know, has Bitcoin investment in Cash App, and they have reported a 600% increase in quarterly Bitcoin revenue. That is amazing. This 6 times the amount of the same period in 2019. Now, they only take a small margin, so their profit is not that much. It's only 17 million, but that's up 711% year over year. Now, when they first enabled Bitcoin buying through Cash App in November 2017, that was a tiny part of their business, but now it's become a dominant part. So this is really big news, and hats off to Jack Dorsey, one of the biggest proponents of Bitcoin, being a visionary and making out great for his business, Square, by integrating Bitcoin as part of their offering. Last but not least, Bitcoin and gold, two things that will be forever compared to each other, have reached an all-time high in correlation, right? And people view them both a little bit similarly. Bitcoin is digital gold, as a lot of people say. Both are a store of value, which is why when governments and central banks continue to print a lot of money like there's no tomorrow, people are turning to these two types of assets. Like I said, record-breaking 70% correlation, surpassing peaks of Q2 of last year and Q4 of the year before, according to Skew Analytics. And so that's good for Bitcoin's narrative that's a store of value, because gold is definitely one, has been for over 2,000 years, and now Bitcoin following gold so closely, correlated at least, makes it have this view and narrative, right? And this is especially the case because people announce more COVID relief packages, printing more money to give to people and businesses. So that may cause a flight into gold after it broke out of $2,000 per ounce and Bitcoin's yearly high of 12,000. So that's very interesting. And as Bitcoin and gold also dropped together in the past few days, some indicators and analytics show that gold may be overbought while Bitcoin is still in sort of like a market equilibrium. So if gold falls and Bitcoin rises higher, that could break the correlation and start the debate all over. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one. I loved these topics about Bitcoin, adoption, DeFi. Super interesting. Let me know what you think down below. As always, like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell to catch future crypto news roundup by EXMO Exchange. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys next time.